The bus rolls into Portland at dawn. The sky is pale silver, and soft rain touches the windows. Nora steps down with one suitcase and a green coat. Her shoes are a little wet, but her heart is calm. "Hello," she whispers. "New day." She smells coffee in the air and sees a small cafe with warm lamps. Inside, a song plays low. She orders a latte and sits by the window. Outside, a bike passes and rings once like a small bell. She holds the cup with both hands. She needs a job. She needs a gentle start.
Across the street, a sign sits behind a foggy pane of glass. Evergreen corner, plants and pots. In the window, leaves shine like quiet stars. Nora likes plants. She likes slow, living things. She drinks the last sip, takes a breath, and crosses the street. A bell rings when she opens the door. The shop smells like soil and rain. A woman with kind eyes and a denim apron looks up. "Good morning," the woman says. "I'm June." "I'm Nora," Nora answers. "I'm new in town." June tilts her head. "Do you like plants?" "Very much," Nora says. "Then you are lucky," June smiles. "We need help." "Part-time. Can you start today?" "Yes," Nora says, surprised and happy. "I can."
June shows her a silver watering can. "Go slow," June says. "Let the soil drink." Nora touches the leaves with care. Each leaf feels like a small world. Her breath slows down. She feels safe. The bell rings again, and a young man steps in. He is tall and quiet. He carries a bike helmet in his hand. Rain dots his navy hoodie. "Hi," he says to June, gentle and soft. "Do you have any rosemary?" "Near the window," June answers. He walks over and picks up a plant. He smells the leaves and smiles. "Fresh," he says. Nora sees a tiny guitar sticker on his helmet. "You play?" she asks, a little shy. He looks up and meets her eyes. "Sometimes," he says. "My name is Caleb." "I'm Nora," she says. "I like rosemary on potatoes." Caleb laughs. "Me too." He pays, thanks them, and the bell rings once more as he leaves. Nora looks down at her hands. Her cheeks feel warm. June's smile is small and knowing. "Portland is a small city," June says. "You meet people again and again." At lunch, rain stops. Nora walks to the river, where the Hawthorne Bridge lifts high for a boat. Clouds drift like slow ships. She opens a small notebook and writes, "New city, green shop, Rosemary boy." The page feels light. When she returns, there's a note on the door. "Community night. Music and tea. Friday, 7 p.m. "Do we host this?" she asks. "Yes," June says. "Short songs, soft words, nothing loud." Nora nods and thinks of the guitar sticker. She smiles without a sound. Days pass in a kind rhythm. Nora learns names of plants. Pothos, monstera, peace lily. She mixes soil with perlite and bark. She ties twine around gift pots. Customers say thank you, and she smiles back. After work, she walks to Powell's City of Books and buys a small journal with a leaf on the cover. She writes, "I want a kind life," and presses the page with her palm. Rain returns, not hard, just a fine song. She sleeps early and dreams of green shelves and a navy hoodie. Friday comes. June sets kettles on a small table and lines up cups and tea bags. Lemon cookies sit on a plate. Nora hangs a short string of fairy lights. Leaves catch the light and shine. At 6:55, the bell rings. Caleb steps in with a soft guitar case. "Is this okay?" he asks June. "Perfect," June says. He turns to Nora. "Hi," he says. "Hi," she answers. People sit on stools and boxes. June pours tea. Caleb tunes his guitar and begins. 3 gentle chords. His voice is low and clean. He sings about rain on windows and light on leaves. The room breathes slower. June whispers to Nora, "Do you want to read something?" Nora lifts her journal. "Just a few lines," she says, and reads, "Let the day be soft. Let the heart be slower. Hold a cup, hold a hand, hold a moment. People nod, and Caleb's eyes are warm. After the last song, they fold chairs and stack cups. Caleb helps tie the lights. That was kind, Nora says. Your words made the room safe, he answers. Nora laughs once. Your chords were like rain, she says. He looks shy. Thank you. They step outside. The street is wet but calm. Caleb unlocks his bike. Nora waits for her bus. See you around? He asks. Portland is small, she says, and they wave. A week of green work follows. Nora repots a snake plant for a teacher and wraps a tiny cactus for a child. Each morning she writes a line on a small chalkboard. Be gentle, grow slow. June taps the board and says, good line. On Saturday, June sends Nora to the market with a tray of small plants. Tents shine with color. Soap, article, jam. Music drifts from a corner. Nora hears a familiar guitar and turns. Caleb is playing under a red tent. He sees her and lifts a hand. Between verses, he smiles. Hi. Hi, she answers. After the song, he asks, do you have a break? 10 minutes. Tea? Yes. They sit by the river with paper cups. Kids run with kites. A dog sleeps by a bench. Why Portland? He asks. Because it is green, Nora says, and quiet enough to hear myself. Good reason, he says. And you? She asks. Family nearby. Music on weekends, and bridges. I like bridges. Nora laughs. Me too. He tells a small story about Sunday muffins, a calm father who fixes engines, and a sister in Seattle who sends pictures of rainy skies. Nora listens with easy eyes and feels invited. Do you want a plant for your room? She asks. Maybe a fern, he says. Good air, she smiles. Come by next week, June calls from the tent. Employee discount for new friends. Caleb grins. Lucky me. On Sunday, Nora rides a bus to Forest Park and walks under tall trees. Birds whisper. Feet press softly on the earth. She writes, big trees make small worries, and feels taller inside. On Monday, Caleb visits the shop. He holds his helmet and his smile. Nora shows him 3 ferns. This one is brave, she says. It can live in low light. I live in low light, he jokes. They laugh. She picks a clay pot and adds bark. He watches her hands. You are careful, he says. Plants like slow hands, she answers. He nods. People too. Days become a chain of small yes. Yes to tea after work. Yes to 2 songs in the shop. Yes to a short walk by the river. Yes to a text that says, got new chords. Yes to a reply that says, got new lines. One windy night, rain hits the glass like fast drums. The power goes out. Nora lights a candle. Her phone buzzes. You okay? Caleb texts. Yes. You? I have a small lantern. Want me to bring it? Yes, please. He arrives with the lantern and a thermos. Hot cocoa, he says. They sit on the floor near the window as cars hiss by. The room glows soft. Thank you, Nora says. Any time, he answers. The storm calms outside. The room stays warm inside. Can I tell you something? Nora asks. Yes. I moved because I needed to start again, she says. My last year was heavy. No rush, he says. We can be slow. Nora nods. I like slow. At sunrise, the power returns. They stand at the door. Thank you for the light, she says. Thank you for the tea lines, he says, pointing to her journal. Your words help. So do your notes, she answers. He gives her a small sticker of a bridge with a sun. For your notebook, he says. It looks like a promise, she says. June tells them about an open mic at a cafe on Division Street. Go share a piece, she says. Nora is nervous. Caleb squeezes her shoulder. Short words first, he says. just one page. Okay, she breathes. The room is small, the lights are low, and hands clap soft after their turn. A stranger says, "Thank you." Nora blinks a happy tear and keeps the feeling like a warm stone in her pocket. They make a gentle habit. Every Wednesday, they share one new thing. Caleb brings a tune. Nora brings a page. They sit by the fern and drink tea. On Sunday, they visit the St. John's Bridge. Green arches rise like a calm crown, and the river moves below. Bridges are brave, Nora says. They hold two sides, Caleb answers, and make one path. Back at the shop, June gives them a chalkboard for the door. Write one line each night, she says. Nora writes, "Come in from the rain. We saved you a seat," and Caleb draws a small bridge under it. One day is heavy. Orders pile up. A pot cracks. Nora wants to cry, but breathes instead. Caleb arrives and sees her eyes. "Walk?" he asks. "Yes," she says. They follow the water. Wind cools her face. A kite hops once, twice, then flies. "Thank you," she says. "Always," he says, even without words. The first snow falls and melts on the sidewalk. Nora laughs and Caleb tries to catch a flake. "Short life," he says. "Bright life," she answers. They sit on a bench near the park blocks where street trees hold tiny lights. A saxophone floats from a corner. "Do you miss your old city?" he asks. "I miss the idea of it," she says, "but my feet like it here." "Mine too," he nods. Winter brings a small market, and the shop sells tiny pines in paper bags and leaf-shaped tags that say rest, warm, light, home. People choose words like cookies. Nora sees many home tags disappear and smiles. They cross the Tillicum crossing at night. No cars, only people, bikes, and trains. The bridge lights shift blue, pink, white. "Magic," Nora says. "Quiet magic," Caleb answers. They miss a bus, but it is fine, rain whispers on the shelter roof. Caleb hums. Nora listens. A letter arrives from Nora's grandmother, written in blue ink. "I am proud of your green hands. When I water my violets, I think of you." Nora wipes a happy tear and shows Caleb. "Good words," he says. One morning, his bike chain snaps near a bridge. "I'm okay," he calls. "Just stuck." Nora runs with a spare link from June's toolbox. They fix the chain together. His hands are black with grease. Her hands are black with soil. "Match," he laughs. They sit with hot chocolate and the fern between them, like a small tree. Caleb clears his throat. "Nora," he says, careful but brave. "I like this. I like you. I like how we move slow. Can we be us?" Nora looks down at her cup. Her cheeks are warm, but her smile is real. "Yes," she says, "we can be us." Spring opens pink along the streets. Windows hold new sun. People ride bikes in light jackets. Nora plants basil and mint in little tin pots. Caleb writes a song called "Small Yes." They keep their promise to be us. They share a picnic by the river, bread, cheese, strawberries. A paper airplane lands at their feet. Nora tosses it back and laughs, and Caleb watches her face in the warm light and feels the day turn kind. Caleb's uncle gives him an old guitar. The wood is scratched but loyal. He cleans it and plays a soft scale. It sounds like a long breath. "Keep that one," Nora says. "It has stories." The shop hosts another night. More friends come. Some stand near the door. Caleb sings "Small Yes," and Nora reads a page called "Hold." The room is full but not loud. Full like a heart, not like a train. They plan a small Saturday booth with herbs in jars, seed packets, little cards with soft lines, and a tip tin for a neighborhood garden. We can help a school grow a bed, Nora says. Let's do it. Caleb nods. On school garden day, kids laugh and dig. They plant mint and sunflowers. Nora shows how to water slow. Caleb plays a tiny tune. The plants like music, a kid says. Me too, Nora smiles. A note arrives later. Thank you for your calm hands and gentle song. June tapes it to the wall. You two make this place kinder, she says. Nora and Caleb look at each other, and their eyes say thank you too. They walk 4 bridges in one day. Hawthorne, Morrison, Burnside, Steele. Each one gives a different view. They hold hands on each bridge and feel the city breathe. At sunset on the Steele Bridge, the river holds the last gold light. Boats glide like quiet thoughts. Caleb's voice is careful. Would you like to move in? He asks. Not fast. Just when it feels right. It feels right, Nora says. Their place is small. A window faces a tree. The fern sits on the sill. 3 mugs sit on a shelf. 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 with a bridge. They cook simple dinners and keep the door soft. One night the sink is full and both are tired. Words bump. They stop and remember. Short words first, Nora says. I'm sorry, Caleb answers. Me too, she says. They wash dishes together, and the room breathes again. Summer rises, and roses bloom in front yards. They bike to a free concert in the park, share a lemonade, and watch the sky turn pink. I like this small life, Nora whispers. Small and true, Caleb answers. One evening, he opens a tiny box. Not big, not bright. A simple silver ring like a soft circle of light. Nora, he says, my heart is calm with you. Will you marry me? She laughs and cries at the same time. Yes, she says. Yes. June claps when they tell her. Take the shop for one night, she says. Make it a bridge. They hang lights over the door and write on the board, 2 hands, 1 path, all gentle. Friends gather among the plants. A teacher brings sunflowers. A neighbor brings cookies. June pours tea. Caleb's uncle plays the old guitar. Nora wears a simple dress with tiny leaves on the hem. Caleb wears the navy hoodie over a clean shirt. They speak vows in soft voices. They promise slow mornings and kind nights. They promise short words first. They promise to keep the door soft. They dance under the lights, not fancy, just close. The fern watches from the window. People hum the tune. A child sleeps on a chair. The night is a quilt of quiet joy. After the party, they sweep the floor, fold the chairs, and hold hands in the doorway. Rain starts again, light and kind. Portland blessing, Caleb says. Always. Nora smiles. They wake to gulls and a far train horn. They drink coffee by the tree. Nora writes, I have a gentle home. Caleb plays 3 soft notes, and the room fills with peace. They walk through Powell's as husband and wife. Nora buys a book on herbs. Caleb buys blank staff paper. Books feel like bridges too. Life becomes a string of small lights. Plant shop mornings, song evenings, walks on bridges, tea in paper cups, hands that know the other hand by heart. They write a letter to the future and tuck it behind the fern. Dear us, keep it simple. Keep it kind. Hold a cup. Hold a hand. Hold a moment. Nora and Caleb. June flips the sign to open, the bell rings, and people step in with quiet feet. Nora and Caleb move together, easy and steady. The city hums. The river goes on. The bridges hold. At sunset, they stand on the Tillicum Bridge again. The lights shift color. The river carries their reflections. Thank you for the small yes, Nora says. Thank you for every gentle day, Caleb answers. They walk home in the soft rain. The ring is warm on Nora's hand. The door opens. The fern is green. The kettle sings. This is happy. Not loud, not grand, true, bright, and enough.